Okay, so I started this section about Dan making a deck, so I better as well finish it. His deck is mainly filled with dark creatures and stuff like that, which because he wants to be evil. The person who taught me Yu-Gi-Oh! Also had dark people. Now, to be honest, I believe there are two different types of decks. I believe there are skill decks, and then there are summoning decks. Now, skill decks are pretty simply designed to have lots of cards that all work by themselves. However, you have stronger monsters that require sacrifices or stuff like that, and stronger cards that work better but are harder to use. There are also summoning decks, which I like to use, like Ojamas, or my XYZ decks, and these are designed to summon massive monsters that will beat their opponent as quickly as possible. To summon just one massive monster or a selection of monsters and have one winning strategy that they have millions of different ways of summoning, and they'll get rid of most of their cards to do. Now, for a skill deck, you want the minimal cards possible to increase the chance of getting something good. However, on a summoning deck, you want as many cards as possible, because many cards will get you what you want, and you're usually just throwing away the other cards to get what you're after. Now, Dan's deck is a skill deck because none of his cards have any epic things, except for he has a really weird finish with this card, which when he takes more than half his damage, or 3000 damage, which is quite a lot of damage, then all monsters in the deck and graveyard get removed from play, which is like beyond the graveyard, pretty much. And then he has this card, which brings back as many of them as possible for one turn, so he can attack with him. And considering he has a lot of high level monsters, this is quite scary, and he usually takes off a lot of life points. Okay, so earlier in the week, Dan said he wanted to buy this deck. And truthfully honest, that's fine with me. However, there are some cards I can't part with. Originally I thought of this one, however I learned, which was when you discard him from your hand, he comes back and he's really powerful, but no, that's when the enemy does it, so I'm fine with that. My 3 Dark Magicians, this one other magic dude who goes to the Dark Magicians, my Red Eyes, because he's my Red Eyes, and these 4 cards, because they're either really, really useful. This one brings back monsters and I draw cards, and this one stops the opponent attacking really skillfully. Or these ones, which are really useful to me, and this is what he uses for his finish, so I'm not sure. But the rest of them, I'm absolutely fine with him buying, so I might give them to him. Maybe for a Christmas present, because Christmas is coming up. I'm still going to do more videos on this. I've already planned what I'm going to do. I want 5 because I like the number 5, however at the moment I've got him making the deck, this one where I tell you about the deck, the next one where I duel him, one where he makes a deck again, however with the game, which would be much more advanced because he'll get every single card, but be the PSP game, the old one, so it won't be that new. I'm not sure what the finale is going to be, so if you have any ideas, post them down below. However, that's it. Okay, so to the left of me will be the next video with Dan in, which will be him making a deck. That's right, okay. Okay, to the right of me will be the next video, so that's Dan playing a duel with me. And to the left, that'll be Dan making the deck in the first place. And I've just realised my 5th video will be playing Dan on the PSP. Hang on, I can't do that, scratch that idea. Yeah, any ideas posted down below the timeline, below there, at the bottom in the doobly-doo, or whatever you people call it. Okay.